Welcome to the Civilization of Bridge channel. The purpose of the channel is to serve as a platform for promoting cultural exchange by sharing my knowledge and help build a bridge in nuanced understanding. Today's video is about the archaeological bridge. Yeah, you heard it right. Recently, I went to the Asian Arts Museum in San Francisco. There, I was astounded, amazed by the collection of so many priceless Indian statues and artifacts. They dated back to 1000 BC and beyond. It was amazing to see all those statues in one place, but I was also taken back. There is a difference between Indian civilization and civilizations like ancient Greek, ancient Mesopotamian, and ancient Egypt. Indian civilization, for one, is a living civilization. It has a timeless, enduring memory. We still continue to carry the age old traditions and practices in some way or the other. We have a literary and verbal continuity from generation to generation. On the other hand, Egyptian civilization is gone, ancient Greek civilization is gone, Mesopotamian civilization is gone, but not India's. These statues are representations of the Supreme Being in different forms. These stones are merely stones for some, merely objects of appreciation in a museum, but to many Indians, they are spiritual representations. They are still worshipped in every nook and corner of India and the world. For example, this is the statue of Rama. It is broken. It is apparently from the Vijayanagara period. It's not that old, 12th century to 16th century AD. But we can still see the hole, on the left side that indicates it must be the quiver for the arrows. That's how they were able to find what kind of statue it is. For each statue here, let me tell you a story. For this one about the bows and arrows of Rama. Rama, the prince of Ayodhya, was known for his valor and righteousness. He was given a quiver with endless supply of arrows by a sage by name Agastya. Automatically, the supply of arrows wouldn't end apparently. Sita, the princess of Mithila, she was an embodiment of beauty and virtue. She was the daughter of King Janaka. King Janaka decided to hold a grand ceremony where Sita would choose her husband from eligible princes or suitors. The participants were required to string a divine bow of God Shiva. Many tried and failed, as the bow was incredibly heavy and impossible to string. Rama stepped forward and effortlessly started stringing Shiva's bow. As he started doing that, the bow broke with an incredible sound. Rama and Sita were married in a great ceremony. But the news of the broken bow reached another sage by name Parasurama. He was very angry and confronted Rama if he could lift his bow. His bow was Vishnu's bow. And can he shoot an arrow using the bow? Rama was able to easily do that. And he kept the bow. So that's the story of Rama's bow and arrows. Okay, here is the second statue. Apparently the story goes that Lord Brahma, the creator, and Lord Vishnu, the preserver, they were engaged in a debate about who among them was the most powerful. The argument really grew intense, and then suddenly a pillar of fire appeared before them from nowhere, and it stretched endlessly into the heavens and penetrated deep into the netherworld. To settle the dispute, Lord Shiva, he emerged from the pillar, and he proposed a challenge. He instructed Brahma to find the topmost point of the pillar, while Vishnu was tasked to find the base. Eager to prove their abilities, Brahma transformed into a swan and soared upward, while Vishnu transformed into a boar and delved deep into the earth. After an arduous search, Brahma returned empty-handed, but he did not admit to his failure. However, Vishnu in his boar form reached the depths of the netherworld and admitted failure. Shiva revealed himself and adjudicated Vishnu as the victor. Now there are several interpretations of this. One idea is that one cannot fully comprehend or understand the limits of the universe. Even now, it seems beyond measure. Another idea is that even time has no beginning, no end. For the ancient Indians, time is cyclical as well. So you never know when it begins and when it ends. Another idea is that Supreme Being's manifestation as the infinite pillar represents immeasurable power and the eternal nature. Now, if we see the statue, all of that is represented in that statue. You can see the swan at the top of the pillar, you can see the boar at the bottom. Take a look at this statue and its story. Once there was a demon by name Mahishasura. With extreme penance, he was able to get boons like invincibility against males and other beings, shape shifting, indestructibility, and combat skills as well. Using those boons, he started wreaking havoc in the world. He would shapeshift into a bull during combat. The Trinity in Indian stories are Rama, Vishnu, and Shiva, creator, protector, and the destroyer. They combined their powers to create goddess Durga. The loophole in the boons that Mahishasura got was that he didn't think a female would vanquish him. It proved to be his undoing. If you look at the statue closely, it seems as though Durga is pulling out the demon's head from the bull. Apparently, this fight raged for 9 days and nights, and on the 10th day, she slayed him with her trident, freeing the world from his tyranny. These are just a few of the statues I saw at the museum. The placards say they were donated by the so and so foundation, and the museum is displaying them. Of course, they are maintaining them, but getting the money, nevertheless, from displaying them. Whose civilizational wealth is it? I am hoping some of you are paying attention to the details on those statues. By the way, how did they even acquire it? Why is not the royalty fee of displaying this priceless art not going to Indian temples? After posting some of the videos on RRR, even though I received some genuine appreciation, I wanted to stop. But when I visited the museum, I realized there is so much more I can learn and share my knowledge. Especially the statue of Rama had shaken me to the core. Since then, I've been reading Valmiki's Ramayana, practicing the right way to recite the verses, learning some Sanskrit along the way. I am in absolute love with the language of Sanskrit. It's just beautiful. So the plan is to start with a brief description of Ramayana, start a deep dive, and read the 25,000 verse epic line by line, and be able to describe the verses, each of those verses. I realized that people who try to impart their knowledge in Ramayana tend to be too religious or too instructional. That might be a hindrance for people in enjoying the great stories and epics of ancient India. I'm agnostic, still respectful of the traditions though. I was raised in those traditions for the most part, so I can possibly bring an objective point of view. It is not clear how old Indian civilization is. Right now, archaeological observations based on the horse chariot found in Sanauli, 60 kilometers from Delhi, puts our civilization close to the 2nd and 3rd millennium BC. But the epics and the books suggest something far older. I am excited about bringing these stories in a unique presentation to both the uninitiated and the well-informed. First, I'll be doing it in English. Based on the interest, I can do the same in Telugu and Hindi later on. If you like this video, please like, share and subscribe. Watch out for some more exciting content on this channel. This is your host,